Hello, my amazing analytical Aquarius. Welcome, welcome. This is your Twin Flame bonus reading. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and likes. You guys came in first for the amount of likes. So just a reminder, the top two videos with the most likes for the shamanic healing videos do get a Twin Flame bonus. So let's see, what we're going to do is take a look into what is going on with the feminine's energy, what is going on with the masculine, and what is going on in the connective. So, okay, for the feminine, we have fairies, earth magic. So it could be that the divine feminine is getting more in touch with the earth realm. So this could be working with herbs, plants, flowers. It could be actually working with the fae folk. That is very common. For me, fairy energy can indicate, like when it comes to, for Pokémoncy, fairy type has to do with soulmate relationships. So it could be that the divine feminine is taking inventory of her soulmates. Let's see what's going on. We have the world in reverse. So the divine feminine has not completed some sort of cycle, right? The world is the last card of the major arcana. When it's upright, it represents when we conclude a cycle and have learned the lesson and know how to use that lesson to manifest the world around us, right? We can manipulate reality in a way. So because it's coming out in reverse, it looks like the divine feminine has not completed some sort of lesson. I do feel like the divine feminine is pretty close, just considering that the world is still coming out, right? It's in reverse, but let's see, what's the light energy here? We have Clefable using Moonblast. Yeah. So, you know, again, this is a fairy type and it's holographic too, which means that it definitely wants to come out and say something, right? So like I was saying, fairy type, you know, here we have the fairy type. So I do feel like it does have to do with soulmate relationships because, you know, right, soul contracts, right? You do this, I do that, right? Like we have various soul contracts with friends, family, lovers, pets, right? Co-workers, things like this, where we learn various lessons throughout our lifetime. That's what makes them soulmates. So I do feel like, again, the divine feminine is going through a lot when it comes to different types of soulmates. We have Clefable using Moonblast. So Clefable is a fairy type that evolves under a full moon. So I feel like the divine feminine might be doing some moon magic and working with the moon. Again, getting very in touch with sort of like earth magic, right? Getting very in tune with nature. When we have Moonblast here, that can be a blast of moon energy, right? Which represents, you know, our relationship with the moon. So again, it could be some occultism or something like that. But it can also represent, you know, a blast of emotions, right? Because the moon represents our emotional body. It says, its hearing is so acute that it can hear a pin drop over half a mile away. It lives in quiet mountains. So I feel like the divine feminine is trying to, you know, quiet their environment. But this ability to hear a pin drop from far away, I feel like the divine feminine, in terms of certain soulmates that they are connected to, it's like no matter how far away, they can sort of hear what's going on with a particular soulmate. Let's see, what's the shadow energy here? We have Caracosta using Ancient Customs. So Caracosta, this is turtle spirit energy and it's water. So I do feel like, again, look at the card art, right? There's just so much like sort of turmoil, emotional turmoil. And I feel like that's that Moonblast energy, right? Which has a lot to do with the emotional body, as I mentioned. It's like a lot of kind of like heavy storms is what it feels like. But again, with turtle spirit here, it has to do with a sense of home, right? Like a turtle wears its home on its back. That's that shell. So I feel like there's something about either going within inside the shell to withdraw or, you know, getting out of one's shell. When it comes to Ancient Custom, I do feel like this is, you know, some ancestral energy that has been passed along. So, you know, if the divine feminine can hear a soulmate from far away, maybe like through clairaudience or something like that, it feels like, you know, this is some sort of ancient energy that has been passed on. It says, its jaws are terrifyingly powerful. It could eat Amistar and Ammonite whole and not be bothered in the slightest by their shells. So it's talking about not being, you know, bothered by shells. So I feel like there's some soulmate energy, right, which is causing this moon blast. And again, it may be things are quiet, you know what I mean? Like you're not talking to certain soulmates, but the type of shell that they're in, again, of like going in shell, it seems like the Divine Feminine is like, oh, it's fine if they're in their shell. It doesn't bother me at all, sort of thing. Additionally, it's talking about like eating them. So I feel like the Divine Feminine might be eating, like possibly some, like seafood, more seafood is what I'm getting. Or like shellfish or something like that. But I feel like it's more to do with like someone's in their shell and the Divine Feminine doesn't really care. You know, things are staying very quiet, but you know, again, there's this moon blast. It's like these emotions are sort of all over the place, but there's no actual speaking from the throat chakra. And again, this feels like an ancient custom, probably something that is inherited. All right, let's see what's going on with the masculine here. We have new moon promise. So it looks like the masculine is, you know, looking for new love at this time, might have made a promise about new love, or looking for some sort of, is what I'm hearing for new love. Let's see. Tell us more. What's going on with the masculine? Okay, there's two that wanted to come out. The King of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands. So this is telling me that the masculine is having difficulty when it comes to physical stability. They might be having difficulty with their jobs or their money. Something is not really solid. They might be looking for a promise of new love, but that promise isn't an actual physical commitment, right? The King of Pentacles, if he were to make a promise of new love, he'd be like, here's a bag of gold, here's a ring, here's a house, here's a this, that, right? Like physical expressions of being like, yeah, you know, I'm serious. But the Divine Masculine looking for a promise of new love is actually letting go, it appears. The Three of Wands in this deck is basically, if you love it, let it go. So it does feel like, you know, some level of detachment that's happening here. Let's see what's in the light. We have Meowth using Act Tough. So, you know, Meowth is the money cat. So again, I do feel like there's something to do with money that's an issue here. When it comes to act tough, I feel like they're trying to act tough with whatever is going on. It's like they're sleeping with one eye open here. And look how they're on the beach. They actually might be on a vacation or something like that. But it seems like, you know, here the feminine is in the ocean, sort of in these turbulent waves, whereas the masculine just sort of sitting on the beach, relaxing with one eye open. It says, adores round objects. It wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for drop loose change. So I feel like, again, it's talking about looking for drop loose change and wandering the streets on a nightly basis. So it feels like they're kind of lacking some sort of direction. And again, I do feel some problems with money here. All right, let's see what's going on in the shadow. We have Cincino using Last Resort. So it looks like they may be sort of on this like last resort energy, right? It's like, okay, you know, I'm going to do this, but only as a last resort, right? It's kind of like when you get to the end of something, or, you know, you really have no other options. And, you know, they might be feeling like, oh, okay, you know, I'm at that point where, you know, I need to use my last resort here. These are two normal types, so it does have a lot to do with the communication aspect here. It says Cincino's body is coated in a special oil that helps it deflect attacks such as punches. So I feel like the masculine is trying to deflect everything and just really worried about like not getting attacked. You know, it's like kind of letting everything like roll off their back. It's like the expression like duck on, or water on duck's back. So I feel like nothing's really sticking to them. Let's see what's going on in the connective here. We have Forest Breath. It's funny, I was gonna mention, like, I took a deep breath and I felt some pain in my like left back. So I feel like some of it felt like a sort of a knife in my back. So I feel like whatever this last resort is might be stabbing the feminine in the back in some sort of way, which of course is not good. We have Forced Breath, so there could be a focus on, you know, the breath, which of course has to do with the throat chakra. I'm also getting heart chakra vibes here. Let's see, tell us more. We have the Three of Swords. Wow. So it's like both the masculine and feminine want a breath of fresh air in regards to this heartbreak, right? The Three of Swords has to do with heartbreak. This can also be like, I'm getting acid reflux vibes even. And, you know, the Three of Swords can indicate that there's some sort of third party involved, but I feel like it's more heartbreak. And again, I feel like it could be someone stabbing someone in the back. It's the masculine's energy that stabbed the feminine in the back. Let's see, what's the light energy here? We have Pin Urchin using shocking needles and Snubble using ruckus. Literally, that's what I felt like. It was like a pin in my back. And so I feel like it's like an ego thing is what I'm getting. You know, this is the solar plexus energy, which has to do with the ego. So I feel like there's a shock when it comes to the ego, when it comes to this broken-hearted energy. And with Snubble using ruckus, again, like, you know, look how he caused a ruckus and like broke something. It's like, oh, okay, something's broken and now they're sort of hiding away. So I feel like in the connective, you know, hearts are broken on both ends, and it's like, okay, now I'm just going to hide away and sort of avoid talking or sort of owning up to my mistakes. It says, small Pokemon flee from its scary face. It is, however, considered by women to be cute. So I feel like the Divine Feminine in both are kind of like, oh, even this is like cute, the way that they like cause a ruckus. Let's see, what's the shadow here? We have unknown farewell letter. So the shadow is, you know, on both ends is that, you know, it's unknown. Is this farewell? Is this forever? You know, both are taking a breath of fresh air, but it seems like, you know, in terms of the farewell letter, it's unknown, right? Is this farewell? It says, shaped like ancient writing, it is a huge mystery whether language or unknown came first. So I feel like both are probably like, it's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? What came first, the Divine Feminine or masculine? I feel like that's the energy that the masculine and feminine are dealing with in terms of communication. It's like, who's gonna say something first, right? Unknown is like the alphabet. So in the extended, what we're going to do is take a look at what is the blockage in the connective, and then we're going to see what the Divine Feminine energy can do to manifest union, how the masculine will physically or energetically respond, and then of course some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. Let's see what angel would like to bring us into the extended. We have all is well. This is Archangel Jeremiel saying, everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. So this impresses the importance of divine timing. Like maybe things seem a little bit out of sorts, but all is well and things are happening exactly as they're supposed to. There are hidden blessings, which you will soon understand, which I'm assuming we will get more information in the extended shortly. So if you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below. All of the extendeds are now on my website rather than on Vimeo, and you can also get a 30-day free trial to check that out. You can not only get this extended, but all the extendeds for this month and all prior months. So if that interests you, please do check it out. So I hope to see you in the extended, but if we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.